What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Welcome to the RNEWS evening show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics, Andrew Yang moving to Atlanta to help Democrats win Senate runoffs. I'm always concerned about people who hop onto a presidential campaign, especially if they just have money to fund their run. What are their intentions? I had concerns about Yang. He had good ideas, but what were his intentions? This is doing a lot to prove his intentions and going forward. I'd support him in future roles in the party or decisions to run for office again. I hope the Dem Party see it the same way. Defund is toxic to many, when in reality it's redeployed to other services that are underfunded. Social services for the mentally stressed and such. A cop isn't always needed first, and training them to be that everything from one agency is overstressing their capabilities. They're human, too. I'm with you, but that's not how the right frames abortion. They're pro-life. The other side is pro-abortion. Pro-choice isn't bad. That's why liberals should refer to conservatives as anti-choice. And Jared, right? Gotta have Jared in there. It would actually be a good idea to invite him to the first meeting with a request for a presentation on what's been done so far. Then they can broadcast that to the nation so we can all see the crap tier work that they had a year to put together. Hey, apparently Jared's your guy when you need to randomly cobble together an election legal team 1 week before the election. Andrew Yang is the reason I started paying attention to politics at all. I imagine I'm not the only one that's become invested in it thanks to Andrew. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Pence breaks silence to take credit for Pfizer vaccine, and drugs company immediately denies Trump involved. Someone tell Pence that praying for a vaccine doesn't count as contributing to its development. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. And it hasn't, has it? Maybe you're not praying right. I need electrolyte. They might not be racist monsters, but they all agreed that being one isn't an issue. How stupid are these freaking people? Lol, edit, this was a rhetorical question. And they are. Pence is setting up his 2024 POTUS run. If you want to take credit for that, try also taking credit for the 235,000 souls that have passed as a result of yours and Trump's incompetence and malice. It's just like religion with these people. Omnipotent, all-powerful God. Everything good that happens, thanks, God. Everything bad that happens, frick you, devil. Just in time for the electo. Missed it by that much. Ouch. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Biden names fired Surgeon General as the head of his COVID-19 task force. Already ahead of schedule since he said he would name them Monday. Unless he meant Australia's Monday. But part of me thinks he wants to deliver on stuff he said instead of blaming other people. I love this because he is moving ahead without acknowledging Trump. Trump wants to throw a fit, and the best thing to do now is ignore him and make him realize he's invalid. That's what I'm doing now. I decided that I'm not giving him any more space in my head. I'm over him. I'm looking to our future now. Edit. I wasn't expecting this comment to get so much attention, and I feel like I need to clarify my comment, since it seems like a lot of people are interpreting what I've said as me saying that I don't care if he faces consequences for what he's done. That wasn't my intention. I just meant that I'm over letting him cause me so much anger and anxiety like he's done every day. For the last 4 years, I woke up every day wondering what he was going to say or do that day to piss me off. Because there was always something new every day. I'm done worrying about what harm he could possibly do to our country. More than he already has. Or to people like me, a woman in the LGBTQIA+ community. I don't have to worry about that anymore like I have for 4 years straight. Almost half of your country still voted for the dingus, so maybe you should hold off on the pride and just be moderately content. Oh cool, a president who listens to those who practice actual science. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, goodbye, Melania. I hope Jill Biden restores the Rose Garden. Don't forget the new cannabis garden. Edit, where my first gold, off to the dispensary. Even worse than James Buchanan's first lady, and he was a bachelor. His niece Harriet Lane acted as first lady. She was educated and had foreign service experience. Light years more classy than Melania. and she was in her 20s. Even worse than James Buchanan's first lady, and he was a bachelor. Confirmed bachelor. Trump's dog was more useful in the White House than Melania. Back in 1999, when Trump ran for president, Melania Trump fantasized in interviews about being the next Jackie Kennedy. She would settle for ripping the crabapple trees out of Jackie Kennedy's rose garden. He's obviously a bottom. Can't wait to get more dirt from what actually went on now that people won't be scared to talk. I want to hear about them exactly one more time, specifically about their sentencing. I really don't care, do you? Tears of joy. When does she file the divorce papers? When is Inauguration Day? The day after that. Slate is cracking me up with their goodbye articles. I want the entire front of our politics to be the goodbye articles. You're watching the RNews show. From r/World News. Bolsonaro abandons friend Trump after 2020 election. Says he's not the most important person in the world. The top 3 largest presidential votes in American history. Joe Biden, 2020, approximately 74.5 million. Donald Trump, 2020, approximately 7.3 million. Barack Obama, 2008, approximately 69.4 million. Donald Trump is the biggest loser in American history. He also the biggest loser in world history outside of India. Edit. I'm getting a lot of comments about India. India has more voters than the US even has people. Therefore, politicians that lose in India would lose the biggest. I'm not an Indian government scholar. So if Indian parliament doesn't work that way, then that'd make Trump the world's biggest loser. Edit 2. Guys, we've just been through a 4-year siege against all of our institutions, laws, and values, and we narrowly eked out a win avoiding a Fourth Reich. Please let us have this moment to celebrate without pedantry. I'm sure Angela Merkel is having an orgasm reading this today. She looked mentally exhausted. Everything seen with Trump. Pound for pound, Trump has taken far more from German banks than the Greek nation. Do we really think he's not running again in 2024 if he's physically able? I wish, but I feel this incessant crying about voter fraud from the right is going to only convince many of them that the election was stolen and that they are the good guys who were cheated out of a Trump second term. You're watching the RNews show. From r/Politics, Joe Biden, in his first speech as president-elect, urges unity, time to heal in America. A whole speech without insulting or belittling anyone. Absolutely refreshing. I never want to hear Trump's voice again. I don't see a reason to. Damn, he's got a good speech going tonight. Coming in with the chair. Also, vote in every election onward, presidential or not. Your voices will be heard. Runoff elections on January 5th can determine the Senate majority. It's unbelievable how the same few people keep coming back every couple administrations to frick up the country. Stone, Barr, Bolton, Manafort, North. It's like a TV show that keeps recycling villains from old seasons because they're running out of material. The president-elect actually sounds presidential. It'll be a nice change of pace from Trump's 24/7 horseshit. He sounds like a president. Did anyone else just about crap themselves when they all got startled by the confetti popper? I mean, it's 2020. I thought for a split second it was going to get even worse. This is heartwarming. Dude, my husband and I were watching a live stream on YouTube of it. By NBC, I think. And they waited until that moment to cut the camera feed and jump into a Notre Dame game. My heart was in my throat until we could find another live feed with everyone not panicking. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNews show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNews show and I'll see you tomorrow.